Number 15, Jace Rufferson. Number 19, number 15, Jace Rufferson. Number 19, Justin Rader. Number 0, Xavier Whitestone. Number 16, John Sayer. Number 8, Blake Smith. Number 22, Nate Collins. Number 7, Blake Marie. Now for the starters. Leading off, number 1, playing left field, Rocco Lazo. Batting second, number 11, playing shortstop, Luke Gordon. Batting third, number 2, playing third base, Davon Hatfield. Batting fourth, number 9, pitching, Luke Buckner. Batting fifth, number 24, playing center field, Noah Ross. Batting sixth, number 23, playing right field, Brody Quitman. Batting seventh, number 28, Michael Thor, playing first base. Batting eighth, number 3, playing second base, Barrett Van Camp. Batting ninth, number 4, the catcher, Jake Snyder. Wildcats are coached by David Steve, assisted by Joey Casto, Mike Pickens. Now for the Tigers. Number 1, A.J. Motto. Number 6, Johnny Farley. Number 10, Jackson Drobbin. Number 11, Colton Thompson. Number 13, Levi Kazee. Number 15, Aiden Workman. Number 26, Braxton Kirk. Number 30, Rick Christian. Number 32, Ian Plumley. Now for the starting lineup. Batting first, number 27, catching, Gunnar Lucas. Batting second, playing left field, number 3, Andrew Toppy. Batting third, playing shortstop, number 2, Talon Thompson. Batting fourth, first baseman, number 16, Andrew Farley. Batting fifth, second baseman, number 12, Nate Easterly. Batting sixth, designated hitter, number 18, Braylon Moore. Playing center field, number 19, Caleb Perfect. Batting seventh, first pitching, number 17, Corey Johnson. Batting eighth, playing right field, number 25, Peyton Davis. Batting ninth, third baseman, number 4, Isaac Walters. Tigers are coached by Josh Rakes, assisted by Darren Dobby and Trey Dalton. At this time, would everyone please rise, move your hats for the play of the national anthem.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Ted Ellis Field here in Chapmanville, West Virginia, where tonight we have a matchup between the Nitro Wildcats and the Chapmanville Tigers, as both teams looking to get on the right path heading towards tournament play. Chris Kidd with you, with Robbie Mounts, our engineer, Butch Mounts, executive producer of video productions, as Nitro will be up to bat first, as it'll be Rocco Lazo to get things started, the left fielder. He'll be followed by Luke Gordon, the shortstop, batting second, and Devin Hatfield batting third, the third baseman. Corey Johnson on the bump tonight for the Tigers, as the big right-hander set to go with his first delivery of the evening. As he comes with a fastball and gets it in for a strike, and we're underway. And Johnson looked good in warm-ups early on. Let's see if he can continue that here as the early going. Nice little breaking ball drops in for a strike. So he's got Lazo looking both times, 0-2. Nitro Ball Club up on the top of the dugout, hollering, trying to get into Johnson's head early on as Lazo gives a little check swing and pops it foul towards the right. So he'll keep himself alive here, down 0-2 to Johnson. Comes with a nice pitch, fades to the outside corner, and gets Lazo swinging for strike three. So a promising start for Corey Johnson as he puts away Lazo in just 4 pitches, and that'll bring up Luke Gordon, the shortstop. It's the Chapmanville defense. You've got Isaac Walters over at third base, Talon Thompson at shortstop, Nate Easterling at second. There's a wave through on a fastball, 0-1. There's Andrew Farley over at first base, Andrew Topping in left field. Then you have Caleb Burford in center field, with Peyton Dingus over in right field as that one chopped foul over towards the first base side. Fielded cleanly by Nitro's coach. He gets a little applause from his own players in the dugout. But Johnson gets ahead 0-2 once again as Gunnar Lucas behind the dish. Johnson ready for an 0-2 delivery. Comes with gas and misses upstairs, 1-2. Johnson again, that one fouled off over to the left as that was a defense swing from Gordon. Trying to get away from that pitch and just got a piece of it. Coming inside again with a fastball, just missing. Good location by Johnson, just didn't get the call that time. Tries the outer half of the plate, and that one fouled off over into the mountainside, and that one's going to hold up there, so good luck to whoever's got to go chasing after that. These are the fun times where you have freshmen on your roster. Fastball misses low, and now Gordon has fought his way back to a full count. So we'll get our first payoff pitch of the evening. And this one popped up in the air. Looks like it's going to drift into foul ground as that one's going to get over towards the top of the Nitro dugout and slam off of it. So Gordon has kept himself alive here several times with 2 strikes. Trying to become the first base runner of the evening for Nitro. So he'll stare down another 3-2 pitch from Johnson. He gets this one in the air, this one in play, and shallow left, giving chase, maybe running out of room, and that one's going to land fair and in play. There was a long run out there for Topping, just could not get there. And Gordon just hit it into no man's land for a long single. That'll bring up Devin Hatfield now, the third baseman. Trey Dalton calling for time. Nitro forgot to grab their bat and bring it back to the dugout. Good pitch by Johnson. He was able to jam Gordon, but Gordon just put it in the right spot in between 3 Tiger defenders. First pitch, nice breaking ball in for a strike, 0-1. So Johnson's gotten out in front of all three batters he's faced now. He's able to strike out Lazo before Gordon won the long battle with him a moment ago. Now going on the pitch, this one slapped towards second, and that one's going to get through. That's going to send the runners to first and third now. And put runners at the corners. Is good hit and run put on there by Nitro. We'll see how they rule that. As Easterling was trying to break towards the bag, and the ball got a little behind him, tried to range back, but just couldn't get it in time. That'll be scored an error on Chapmanville. And that'll bring up Luke Buckner. Buckner, the opposing pitcher here tonight. Trying to put Nitro on the board early. It's breaking on the pitch. Fake a throw down to second. Low throw down to third. Nice stop over there by Walters to keep in front of him. As Lucas will call for time to go out and talk with Johnson now, as Nitro has runners in scoring position at second and third with one away here in the top of the first. Trying to strike first. Put Chapmanville behind the 8-ball early. Again, this is an aggressive Nitro team on the base path, and they're showing that already here in the first inning as that one fouled off by Buckner. The count evens up at a ball and a strike. Curveball just missed high. Now Johnson in a 2-1 count here against the cleanup hitter with runners at second and third. That fastball misses a little low, so Johnson's been all around the strike zone. Just not getting the calls here early on that he was hoping for. This one popped up high into shallow right field. Could be another no man's land situation. Charging in, though, and dropping it on the way in was Dingus, and this has been the problem for Chapmanville all year long. Errors committed, and they've already got 2 against them here in the opening inning as a run scores. And here you see it on our replay. Again, Dingus right underneath it, and just like we said, just routine drop. And they've had those all year long. So back-to-back errors committed by Chapmanville. And a run in. Again, the last game I was here with, again, Chapmanville committed 7 errors against Logan. And all 11 runs that scored were all unearned. And now you still have runners at the corner as Noah Ross stands in. He'll take a strike on the outside corner. We'll see if they put Buckner in motion to try and move him up to second base here, keep runners in scoring position. Now they will, as there's a check swing as Buckner will take the bag as no throw issued by Lucas. Johnson struck out the first batter of the game, but then a single and back-to-back errors by Chapmanville. And there's strike 3 right down Broadway as Johnson, good morning, good afternoon, and good night on 3 pitches. Gets a big second out with runners in scoring position, and now the batter will be the right fielder, Brody Whitman. This one's slapped towards left side. That one's going to get over the fence and just out of play over towards the rocks against the far side. To trickle out of there and come back towards the fence. So a little easier task finding that ball than the last ball. You know, you might need workman's comp to find the last ball up against the mountainside. The 0-1 challenges him with a fastball again. That one's going to be fouled off back against the mountains, and Johnson gets ahead 0-2. So Johnson can limit it to just one run, the damage with 2 errors this inning. That would be big for him in this Tiger club. This one jammed on the inside, rolls up towards Farley. He'll field it and step on the bag, and that'll be out number 3. So Johnson, great job pitching out of trouble here in the first inning, but Nitro does scratch across a run, and they lead it 1-0 as we head to the bottom of the first inning. As you see the final out as we go to break, you are watching Chapmanville Tiger baseball action right here on Video Productions. Welcome back, everybody, to Ted Ellis Field. Chris Kidd with you. Robbie Mounts, our engineer, as Nitro leads Chapmanville 1-0. Chapmanville getting their first chance at the dish. It'll be Gunnar Lucas, the catcher, to lead things off. It'll be followed by Andrew Topping, the left fielder, and Talon Thompson, the shortstop. As it'll be Buckner on the mound for Nitro this evening, as Lucas fouls that one straight back and out of play, 0-1. That one hit hard out to second, but that is an atom ball right to Van Camp, who made the grab as he went to his knees for out number 1. So hard hit ball by Lucas, but just right at the second baseman to pick up the first out of the inning. As you see it here in our little general store instant replay, and rocketed out towards second. But just right where the defense was, as Andrew Topping will stand in. Left fielder takes first pitch, hits this one into right center. That one sinking fast, ranging over, and off the glove of the center fielder, Ross. It's turning first, going to second is Topping. The throw in will be late. And Andrew Topping with a 1-out double gives Chapmanville a chance to even things up as 2 hard hit balls here in this first inning. Chapmanville coming to the plate, attacking right away as Ross gave a good run at it and had a jump on it. Just couldn't come up with a grab. That'll be scored a hit for Topping, as he had a little stumble and bumble into second base that time, but found the bag nonetheless. Talon Thompson now will come to the plate. Defense shifting back over, trying to keep an eye at Topping at second base as there's a fastball on the outside corner, drops in for Buckner. He gets ahead of Thompson, 0-1. That one just missing on the inside corner. That one came back a little bit, but not enough for Buckner. And Buckner's got a big back bend in his windup before he comes to the plate. And good twist before he comes with his delivery. And that one's going to skip in and get away from the catcher Schneider, and that'll move Topping over to third. So now Chapmanville could tie the game up on contact here. Anything on the ground could score a run, as Nitro continuing to play at normal depth, obviously, at this juncture of the game, just bottom of the first. It's 2-1, that one chopped high, but over the third base side and out of play. So Buckner even things up at 2-2 now against the Chapmanville shortstop. And he fishes after that one, goes to third. Did he get the tag in time? Throw to first is high, but on the bag. And let's see, did they call that a double play? They did. Let's see, Nitro's running off the field as if it was, and now second base umpire says no, he was safe. So big release there for Chapmanville, as let's see it here on our replay. That was close, as Topping was off the bag, and oof, close over there at third. Hard to tell completely, but what a play by Hatfield. Able to come up with that, almost turning an inning double play. Now that'll bring up Andrew Farley with 2 outs, the first baseman. Batting now in the cleanup spot. That one chopped off of home plate maybe, as it's fielded by Schneider. Throw over to first, in time to Thor, and that'll do it for Chapmanville in the first inning, as 1 out double by Topping and a pass ball, but Chapmanville unable to scratch the run across, and Nitro holds the lead at 1-0 as we head to the top of the second inning. We'll be back after this, as you are watching Chapmanville Tiger Baseball with us right here on Video Productions. One to nothing, Nitro leads Chapmanville as we start the top of the second inning. Chris Kidd here with you. Robbie Mounts, our engineer, on this cool, breezy Wednesday evening, late April. As it'll be the 7, 8, 9 batters for Nitro as Michael Thor stands in, takes a breaking ball from Johnson, in for a strike, 0-1. Johnson's got ahead of every batter except for one so far here tonight. Another breaking pitch for that one, missed just a little high. Starting to hear some grumbles from the fans here as well. Johnson Johnson's been all over the strike zone, but Thor all over that pitch as he rips it towards the gap in left center field. Cut off, though, out there by Topping, and that'll hold Thor to a leadoff single to start the second inning. Now that'll bring up Barrett Van Camp, the second baseman, batting eighth. Again, Thor able to rope that ball into left center field. Now he'll get his lead from first. We said Nitro aggressive on the base path, and there they go on the first pitch. In for a strike. Lucas throw down, not going to be in time. Not a bad throw by Lucas at all. But Thor just too much speed and got too nice of a jump that time. What do they call that first pitch, a ball from Johnson? That looked right down the middle.
I don't know what he called it.
This fastball ripped into right field. That one's going to sink in front of Dingus. They're going to turn Thor and send him to the plate, now hold him up as the throw got away. So Thor might have been able to score on that, but nonetheless puts runners at the corners now. It's back-to-back hits to start this inning for Nitro. It's third of the game, and that'll bring Jake Schneider up as the bottom of the order, doing damage here for the Wildcats. A chance to extend this lead here early in the top of the second. Runner will go. This one nubbed out towards second base. Easterling has to wait on it, loses control of it, throws over to first, and not in time. And a run will score. That could be another error on Chapmanville as well. And that'll be the third error of the game for Chapmanville. And again, that one had a lot of spin on it. Easterling had that little delay before he could pick it up after he tried to get it the first time. And the third error of the game against Chapmanville, just the first time through the Nitro order. So now Rocco Lazo will come back up to the plate for the second time this evening. So he struck out his first time up to start the game out. He squares the bunt. He'll get it down. Johnson able to field it, bobbles it, doesn't have a play, and that'll be safe everywhere and thrown away. And that'll bring in another run. They'll hold the runner at third. And again, Nitro sensing the difficulties this Chapmanville defense has had all year long, just making them try and make plays on defense. It's a second straight bobble ball and then the throwaway. So that is now 4 errors on Chapmanville here this evening. And we're only in the top of the second inning, as that's going to bring a visit out now, with the score standing at 3-0. And it has been. Josh Rakes has talked about it, said it's just been fundamental stuff, little things that have killed us this year in these games. And this has been a Chapmanville club that, you know, they've played number 1 Winfield right down to the wire both times, 1-run games in each of their meetings, and have had flashes of a really competitive ball club. But then they'll have too many evenings like what they're having already here tonight. As we mentioned, the 7 errors against Logan, the errors and the walks surrendered against Polka, and now already here tonight. It's been nothing short of a disaster in the field. It'll bring up Luke Gordon now. He singled to left field his first time up. This one hit high in the air into shallow left. Topping got a late break on it. Comes in, and he misses the catch. My goodness. And that will score another run, and this is just a complete nightmare for the Chapmanville Tigers. 5 errors now. This inning should be over, and there's still nobody out. So 4-0 now in favor of Nitro as Devin Hatfield comes up. And that is the 3rd consecutive error made in this inning after 2 singles to start off the inning. Hatfield reached on an error, reached on the first error of the game, and squaring the bunt and pulling back. And honestly, if you're Nitro right now, I may as well just go ahead and bunt the ball in play and see what in the world may happen. Now Hatfield pulls back. He'll chop that foul. To the count at 1-1. Runners at first and second for Nitro. This one chopped towards third, fielded cleanly, as a little uncertain about where to go with it. At first was Walters, but he'll just thankfully go over and step on the bag and get the out. And does eliminate the lead runner for the first out of the inning. You see, he thought about maybe trying to turn two or maybe try and tag the runner out and see if he get a throw, but then just wisely went to the bag to get the sure thing. And that's Luke Buckner. He reached on an error back in the first inning. That was the pop-up that was dropped in right field. Now they try a pickoff play over at second, but getting back safely. That one comes inside with a fastball. Buckner felt the wind of that one come by him. Count 1-0 to the opposing pitcher. And Buckner batting in the 4 spot. That one misses inside, 2-0. Now Johnson taking a little bit more time after the struggles this inning on the defensive side. Trying to get his bearings back here. Again, 4-0, still nowhere near out of this game is Chapmanville. As runner from second will go, Lucas doesn't have a throw, and now the runner from first will move over to second, so that'll be a double steal. And Nitro has put pressure on this Chapmanville defense all evening long so far, and that'll likely continue all evening long as well. It's a 3-0 count now, and that one in for strike one. Buckner was taking all the way, trying to see if he can load the bases here for Noah Ross, who waits on deck. Swing and a miss as that one sunk away from him at the last minute. Good pitch from Johnson as he's battled his way back to 3-2. Now time called by Buckner as Johnson and Lucas taking a while to run through which pitch they want to come with here on the payoff. And that one will miss low, ball 4. So the first walk issued of the night from Johnson will load the bases. As Buckner reaches for the second time, and now the 8th batter of the inning will come to the plate as Noah Ross steps in. He struck out back in the first inning, one of the 2 strikeout victims of Johnson thus far. Or actually, no, this is going to be a different batter.
Batting for Nitro, number 6, Sam Smith.
Sam Smith batting in place of Ross. Again, I just noticed the number change. And there's a nice off-speed pitch. Johnson drops it in for a strike to get ahead 0-1. Johnson already on pitch 45 upcoming here. Just the second inning. That one misses low, and that'll even it up at a ball and a strike. That one will miss low and away, 2-1. Now big pitch upcoming here for Johnson. He's able to pepper the outside corner, catches Smith looking for strike 2. And bases loaded with only 1 out here. And what has been a 3-error inning so far for Chapmanville, 5 in all. And that one will miss low, and now the count full. Again, he walked the batter a moment ago on a full count pitch. This time it'll be fouled out of play by Smith. Here comes the other 3-2. This one off speed. This is going to be fouled off towards the right as that'll get out of play. So Smith able to spoil a couple of 2-strike pitches. That's going to miss high, and that'll walk in a run. So easy RBI for Smith. And the lead now to 5-0. It's Brody Whitman now, the 9th hitter to come to the plate this inning. This one's going to be fouled off towards the Chapmanville dugout side. Rattle around over there, and the count at 0-1. That one, he jams him on the inside corner. Good pitch location by Johnson that time. Whitman grounded out to first base to end the first inning. Johnson trying to retire him for the second time here. Whitman reaches out and slaps it foul at the last second. Johnson tried to get a fastball by him. There's a good stop by Lucas. That one got away in order to keep the runners at bay. The count now 1-2. Johnson still looking for the second out of the inning. Comes inside, great location, and punches out Whitman for the second out of the inning. That'll bring Michael Thor back to the plate. He singled to right field to start start this inning. Breaking pitch misses a little upstairs, 1-0. Thor took a big rip on that one, came up nothing but air, and count at 1-1 now. Johnson fooled him, thought he was coming with a fastball, and came with something different. And once again, Thor fooled on that pitch as he just kind of swung the thing around like a shillelagh that time, trying to find where the ball was, like he was swatting at a fly. Can Johnson leave the bases loaded and keep this at a 5-0 game? Swing and a miss, strike 3. And that'll do it here in the top of the second inning. But Nitro plates 4 runs on 2 hits and 3 Chapmanville errors. And they lead at 5-0 as we head to the bottom of the second. We'll be back after this as you are watching Chapmanville baseball right here on Video Productions. 5-0 Nitro leads Chapmanville as we move to the bottom of the second inning. Chris Kidd with you, with Robbie Mounts, our engineer, as Nate Easterling, the number 5 hitter in the Chapmanville lineup, stands in to lead things off, as coming inside that fastball was Buckner and misses. Buckner only had 10 pitches he had to throw in the first inning to take care of Chapmanville, gave up 1 hit. Easterling slices one into right field as tails away a little bit from Whitman, but he's able to get it and glove it for out number 1. Chapmanville's hit the ball hard now 3 times, but just haven't had much luck in finding grass out in the outfield or on the infield for that matter. As Braylon Moore will stand in. He's a designated hitter now from most of the rest of the season. Again, told me today that his injury won't be pitching anymore this year. But said I can still go up and hit and stuff. And so I said, well, I'm glad that you at least get a chance to get out and still play and stuff. He said, yeah, it just stinks not being able to go out and pitch. And he did. He's put on some great performances on the mound here tonight, or this year. So he struck out 12 against Logan. Quickly falls behind to Buckner, 0-2. And just gets a piece of that one to stay alive. It's Corey Johnson on deck, going over to grab the loose ball. Buckner able to get it on the inner half of the hands of Moore that time and strike him out as he just challenged Moore from the get-go. And that'll be the first strikeout of the game for Buckner. See it here on our instant replay. Again, just starts so low with his delivery and that big turn. Get that velocity. Just a tricky pitch right there to figure if you're Moore. Now Corey Johnson stands in. This one off the end of his bat, rolls it towards second base, fielded over there by Van Camp, over to Thor. And after just a 10-pitch first inning, a 7-pitch second inning, and a 1-2-3-1 at that for Buckner, as it'll send us to the top of the third, with Nitro leading at 5-0 as you're watching Chapmanville baseball action right here on video production. Five to nothing, Nitro leads Chapmanville as we start the top of the third inning. Chris Kidd with you, Robbie Mounts, our engineer. As it'll be the 8, 9, and 1 hitters for Nitro. They have nearly batted around twice through their lineup here. Chapmanville still yet to get through the first time in their lineup. As Corey Johnson back on the hill for his third inning of work. Pumps in a fastball for a strike as Van Camp singled to right field last inning for one of the 3 hits for Nitro. That one fouled off, and now 1 and 2 Johnson gets ahead. Johnson looking for a quick out to start the third, but this one ripped down the right field side, just foul. Or else that would have been extra bases for Van Camp. She just saw the debris of the dirt kick up in foul territory as it grazed by. He went after that one, tried to golf it out of the ground. And that one rolled far left, just like any golf shot I hit. So at least me and Van Camp share that on that swing. There's a nice pitch by Johnson. He's used that effectively the last couple of batters now to get strikeouts. That's his third straight strikeout.
Now batting number 4, Jake Snyder.
Jake Schneider reached on an error back in the second inning. It's 5 strikeouts in all now for Johnson. So 5 of the 7 outs recorded by Chapmanville have been through Johnson's strikeouts. Fastball misses upstairs, 2-0 the count. And after Schneider, things will cycle back to the top of the lineup for Nitro. And that one's going to miss low, 3-0 the count. Johnson walked back-to-back batters last inning, and he'll walk batter here on 4 pitches, so that'll put a runner on with 1 out, and that'll bring us back to the top of the order as Rocco Lazo. Lazo struck out his first time up, then reached on an error in the second inning. And looks like we're going to get a courtesy runner come in here for Nitro. That is Xavion Whitestone coming back in to run for Nitro. And oh, they caught him leaning. Now they've got him in a rundown. As Andrew Farley gives it over. Thompson fakes, now throws over to Johnson, and they'll tag out Whitestone. Great throw over and pick off there by Johnson. As you kind of sensed that he was going to try and take off that time. Again, Nitro's been so aggressive all night long on the base path, and that time he caught him leaning. Yep, right there. You could see the little shoulder turn right as Johnson was turning, and Whitestone was just toast right after that. Good run down there by Chapmanville. Just waiting him out in order to get that second out. Count 1-0 now to Lazo. Johnson would absolutely love a quick inning of work here as he's had to labor through these first 2 innings. As here's a high pop up out in the center field. Burford camped under it, now comes forward, and he'll make the grab for out number 3. So 3 batters faced, 3 gone for Johnson as he gets a quick inning of work. And that'll send us to the bottom of the third with Nitro leading it 5-0 over Chapmanville. We'll be back after this as you are watching Chapmanville Baseball right here on Video Productions. Chapmanville comes to the plate here in the bottom of the third, looking to get some runs across as they face off against Buckner for the third time. Chris Kidd with you, Robbie Mounts, our engineer. Again, perhaps the aid of a quick top of the third inning. Maybe gives Chapmanville a little bit of life here as Peyton Dingus, the right fielder, getting his first look at the plate today, falls behind 0-2. Went after that one on the outer half and just got a piece of it to stay alive. Comes with a fastball and blows away Dingus with that one. And quickly gains one out again. 10 pitches in the first inning for Buckner, 7 pitches in the second inning. And a 4-pitch strikeout there, just 21 pitches on the game. On the other side, Johnson has thrown 72 pitches through 3 innings. That's only the second strikeout for Buckner. He's pitched to contact all night long. And Chapmanville just been a little unlucky. They've tagged the ball pretty well several times, but just right at defenders. It's Isaac Walters getting his first plate appearance. That one skips away. Count 1-1. Fastball hit back up the middle. Going to be a tough play for Van Camp. Backhand stop, fires over to first, low throw, and dug out by Thor. What a play by Van Camp. He's had several good defensive plays over at second base tonight. As you see here on a little general instant replay. And hitting a tough spot. Everything had to be perfect. Van Camp backhand stop, quick throw, and able to cut down Walters for the second out of the inning. Now bring up Gunnar Lucas. He lined out to Van Camp over at second base in his first at bat here this evening. Chops that one off himself, it looks like, as that'll go into up the first base side, but foul. Fastball misses and couldn't be gloved that time by Schneider. So that evens us up at a ball and a strike. And Chapmanville with one hit here tonight. That was Andrew Topping who's on deck. That one laced foul over towards the right, 1-2. Even that ball was nearly caught by Ross as he made a diving attempt at it just off his glove back in the first inning. Swing and a miss as that one tailed away from Lucas at the last minute, and an 11-pitch inning. So 10 pitches, 1 inning, second inning, 7 pitches. This inning, 11 pitches, as Buckner just making quick work tonight on the bump for Nitro as we head to the top of the fourth. Nitro leads at 5-0. We'll be back after this as you're watching Chapmanville. Corey Johnson back out here on the top of the 4th inning for Chapmanville on the bump as Nitro leads it 5-0. Chris Kidd with you. Robbie Mounts, our engineer. Butch Mounts, executive producer of Video Productions. As Luke Gordon, single to left, reached on an error in its 2 plate appearances. Ropes one into right field, sinking fast, and that'll land in front of Dingus for a leadoff hit. So the second hit of the game for the number 2 hitter in the Nitro lineup. And Gordon has reached in all 3 plate appearances. Just jumped all over that fastball. Dingus holding up wisely that time as he'd have tried to come in and make a diving attempt. That could have been 2-3 bags for Gordon instead. It's Devin Hatfield. He's reached on an error and reached on a fielder's choice here tonight. Runner going on the pitch. Throw down from Lucas and not in time. Good throw. But Gordon just getting in underneath the tag. And that'll be another stolen base here tonight for Nitro. They've just been challenging Chapmanville all night long on the defensive side. And Gordon now gets a decent lead out from second. Breaking ball gets away, and that'll send the runner to third now. Gordon takes a wide turn. He'll hold at third. So Wildcats threatening to plate another run here. Scored 1 in the first, 4 in the second. Count 1-1 here to Hatfield. Fastball misses high, 2-1. This one chopped towards third. Holding there is the runner. Fielded, low throw, and that's going to get away, and that'll be the 6th error of the evening on Chapmanville. As the throw from Walters was wide of the mark, and Farley didn't have much of a chance to pick that one out. You can see Walters set up and then just fired one far off to the left that time. As the run scores, and it is now 6-0 in favor of Nitro. Hatfield reaches for the 2nd time on an error tonight. Luke Buckner reached on an error and walked in his 2 plate appearances. The cleanup hitter, who has pitched with nothing but a slight breezes back all night long. Just 28 pitches through 3 innings of work and only 1 hit surrendered. This one hit towards third. That one off the glove of Walters, and that'll be an error against Walters, as that one was catchable over at third. That's back-to-back errors on him. And that's now 7 errors against Chapmanville here this evening. As Noah Ross will come in to courtesy run. Actually, Noah Ross will be up to bat, excuse me. And he struck out back in the 1st inning. Sam Smith batted in his spot last time up. And they're square to bunt, but Ross misses on the attempt. I was ready to say, I figured they might try and bunt with him here to try and get the runners over. Again, you've got Whitman and then Thor coming up after that. Both put the ball in play here tonight. Let's see if Ross attempts it again here on the 0-1 pitch, as Johnson will step off. He will try it again, but he misses again. That one fouled off straight back towards us. The count now at 0-2. Johnson looking for the first out of the inning. He's got 5 strikeouts on the night. And this one rocketed into left center field, sinking, and catch is made by Burford. Nice job by him. Able to range over and cut that ball off as it looked like it might be heading into no man's land, but Burford with that speed able to track it down. So that'll bring up Brody Whitman now. Grounded out to first base and struck out in his 2 plate appearances. And now we're going to have a pinch hitter. This will be Eli Berry batting in place of Whitman. As Berry swings and misses on a low fastball. Whitman hadn't had much success at the plate, so going to give Berry an opportunity here. And that one misses, skips away, and that'll move the base runners up. So Ross wasn't able to get the bunt down, but that pitch will allow it to. But good thing that the bunt attempt wasn't successful for Chapmanville, or else that could have been a run scored right there. Count 1-1 now to Berry, again batting in place of Whitman in the number 6 spot. And that one almost gets away. Good nab that time by Lucas. That fastball just got away from Johnson. It's time call behind home plate. Not sure if it was by Berry or by Lucas. Johnson was ready to get into his windup and had to stop. There's a nice location pitch by Johnson. Hits the outside corner at the knees. Count even at 2-2 as the Chapmanville infield playing in right now. Trying to prevent another run from crossing. That one fouled straight back as Berry got a piece of it. Johnson tried to come after him with a fastball. Second and third for Nitro, already a run in this inning. Curveball misses low, good stop by Lucas. And that'll run the count full now at 3-2. And 5 strikeouts, 3 walks given up by Johnson here tonight. 7 errors made on the back end of it from Chapmanville thus far. That'll be ball 4 low, but again a good stop by Lucas. That'll load the bases here for Michael Thor. Thor batted twice back in the second inning. He singled to start the inning and then struck out to end the inning. His time will be called as Josh Rakes, head coach, will come out, and that could be the end of the evening at pitch 89 for Corey Johnson, and it will be. So Chapmanville will make a pitching change here with 1 out in the top of the 4th. And while that takes place, we'll step aside for a break and be back after this as you're watching Chapmanville Tiger Baseball right here on Video Productions. Ian Plumley takes over on the mound for Corey Johnson. Chapmanville trails at 6-0 here in the top of the fourth inning. Bases are loaded. 1 out. Michael Thor, 1 for 2 tonight. Takes a breaking ball from Plumley, and bottom fell out of that one. And Lucas wants to call time here. Maybe come out and congratulate Plumley on such a good pitch. I was going to say that's very likely the much more likely scenario that he got crossed up and maybe almost got hurt with that. But I was going to say, I thought maybe he was just so proud of the pitch he wanted to let him know about it. If I tried to throw that thing would have ended up against the netting. There's another nice breaking pitch. Swung on a miss by Thor, 0-2. Plumley looking for what would be a big strikeout here with only 1 out in the top of the fourth. Looks the runner over at third. Now comes breaking pitch. This one hit to third. Knocked down over there. Looking for a play. Throw over to first. Going to get away again. And that's going to allow another run to score. As it is 8-0 now. Looking to be 9-0. Throw to the plate. They've got him gunned down, and he does. And good throw by Farley. Able to get it in there to Lucas to get the second out of the inning, but 2 more runs score on the throwing error from Walters, as that's the 3rd error of the inning by Walters. He's had a tough go of it over there at the hot corner. Barrett Van Camp will come to the plate. He's 1 for 2. Single to right field and struck out in the 3rd inning. Thor stands at first base. Again, only 4 hits given up by Chapmanville pitching tonight, but 8 errors have been the doomsday situation for the Tigers here tonight. So giving up 3 runs thus far this inning. Plumley trying to keep it at that as runner will go. Lucas throw down to second, going to be wide of the mark this time as Thor, I think, saw the ball out of the corner of his eye and just took a dive head first into second base that time. Trying to avoid that like a wasp coming at him. Now the count 1-1. Van Camp trying to extend the lead a little bit more with a hit here, as this one will go between third and short, and that does get through for a hit. They're going to round the runner, but holding there now will be Thor, as Topping able to get to it quickly. And Van Camp gets his 2nd hit of the night.
Now batting number 4, Jake Schneider.
Jake Schneider, the number 9 hitter, comes up. He's reached on an error, and he walked in his last plate appearance. So they put Van Camp in motion over at first base. They will on the first pitch, misses low. Lucas won't have a throw anywhere. So that'll put a pair of runners in scoring position now. Breaking pitch in for a strike from Plumley as he catches the inside corner, 1-1. In the top of the order for Nitro, waiting on deck. Should Schneider reach. Fastball lifted in the air to right field, coming down and just gets away over in right field as Dingus made a diving attempt but couldn't come up with it. And that'll plate 2 more runs as Nitro has now hit double digits here this evening. They lead at 10-0. Dingus gave all he had on that one to try and come up with it. Made a diving attempt and just went off his glove. That'll bring up Rocco Lazo now. He's 0 for 2 tonight. Struck out in the first inning, reached on an error, and then flew out to center field his last time up. This one's going to be sliced into right field. That one in for a hit from Lazo. As Whitestone, he'll take the turn to second and head to third. As runners at the corners again here for Nitro as they've batted around now for the second time this evening. As Luke Gordon started out the inning with a single to right field, and he'll come up once again. And now the 7th hit of the evening for Nitro. Runner will go from first. Throw will go down to second, and that one won't be there in time as Whitestone held at third. And 5 runs this inning for Nitro. They have 1 in the first, 4 in the second, and now have tacked on 5 more here. Plumlee steps off and back on again. Again, Plumlee had a great punting season, football season for Chapmanville. Had a good career on the Chapmanville football team. Is this one going to be ripped into left center field? Burford with a lot of gas chases it down, makes the grab. Again, he's made several great catches out there in center field tonight. He makes another here to end the 5th inning, but Nitro scores 5 more runs, and they lead it 10-0 as we head to the bottom of the 4th. So we'll be back after this as you are watching Chapmanville baseball here on Video Productions. Two, 3, and 4 hitters here in the bottom of the 4th inning for Chapmanville. Chris Kidd with you. Robbie Mounts, our engineer, as Andrew Topping with the lone hit here tonight for Chapmanville. Had a double back in the 1st inning. Stands in for the 2nd time against Buckner as time is called. It's Buckner only thrown 28 pitches through 3 innings of work so far. Again, 10 pitches in the 1st inning, 7 in the 2nd inning. 11 pitches in the 3rd inning. As he's pitched to contact here tonight, and his defense has backed him up, so it's really been a stark contrast as far as that's been here tonight. This one has got a chance to fall, and it will, over towards the right field line. As Topping will hold there, as he's 2 for 2 now tonight. And that'll bring up Talon Thompson. So again, that one just off the inside of the back, sliced it towards the right side, and landed perfectly right up there against the line as Talon Thompson rounded out to third his first time up. Take that one outside, 1-0. Buckner having to deal with the base runner for only the second time tonight. Let's see if that changes things for him a little bit here. This one chopped high towards third base side, and that's going to get over the third baseman's head for a hit. So back-to-back hits for Chapmanville to start the bottom of the fourth inning. Really nothing the third baseman could do about that, Hatfield, as that one was just slammed off the ground and over top of the head of Hatfield over there as Andrew Farley grounded out in front of home plate his first time up. Just kind of hit a cue ball there. A chance to try and get something positive going for Chapmanville here tonight, as it's been a tough 4 innings for the guys in orange and black thus far. There's a nice pitch from Buckner, 0-1. Buckner keeps checking on the runner at second, topping, causing a little bit of confusion for him as that one misses inside, 1-1. As that one catches the outside corner, Farley thought it missed off the plate. Now Buckner gets ahead of him, 1-2. Topping continuing to fake out at second base. This one fouled off straight back by Farley. Buckner having to pitch around trouble for the first time here tonight, looking for the first out of the inning. It's 1-2 to Farley. This one ripped foul right over towards the Nitro coaching staff as they had to hop around like it was hot lava over there for a second. Now Farley calling for time. So it wasn't noticed at first by the home plate umpire, but then does get recognized. Again, back-to-back singles by Topping and Thompson to start the inning. This one chopped towards third base side, but that one's going to get foul. It's Farley battling Buckner here after Buckner got ahead quickly. Remains ahead at 1-2. Buckner has 3 strikeouts on the evening. And Farley once again gets just a piece of it. Chapmanville trying to stay out of 10-run rule territory here. Farley climbs back in. Buckner checks the runners again. And there's strike 3 called. Again, Buckner hit that spot a moment ago and got the same call again here. That'll bring up Nate Easterling. And Easterling flew out to right field his first time up. Ooh, takes that one over the top of the head. And we've got one critic in the crowd right now, it sounds like, who's a little unpleased with balls and strikes are at. Swing and a miss by Easterling, 1-1. You know, you pay for your ticket, Robbie. That's all you do. You pay for your ticket. Like when I go to plays, you know, I criticize the actors all the time. I mean, it's just it's what you're supposed to do, right? No? Really? Okay. I've had it wrong all these years. 2-1 now. Easterling hit that ball well to right field his first time up, but again, just another ball right at a Nitro defender. Fouls this one out of play, 2-2. Again, comes from a long line of great baseball players in his family. Again, his older brother Josh, great player in the early 2010s here. Sister Lauren, softball player, great softball player as well. I remember Nate, just a little kid, now all the way up here to high school he is already, as this one slapped towards third. Nicely fielded over at third, throw over to first, and double play. What an extension by Thor, and what a play by Hatfield to turn the inning double play. As it is 10-0 Nitro here at the end of 4. As you see it here, Easterling put it on the ground. He's got speed, but just perfect spot for Hatfield to be able to step on the bag and then fire over to first to end the threat for Chapmanville here in the bottom of the 4th. So we head to the top of the 5th. Nitro still leading at 10-0 as you are watching Chapmanville Tiger Baseball here on Video Productions. Top of the 5th inning, Devin Hatfield will lead things off for Nitro. As the Wildcats lead the Tigers 10-0. Chris Kidd with you, Robbie Mounts, our engineer. As Ian Plumley back on the hill in relief of Corey Johnson. His fastball misses, 1-0. As Hatfield tonight has reached on an error twice and hit into a fielder's choice in his 3 plate appearances. That fastball will connect, 1-1 the count. There's a nice off-speed pitch. It trailed off the plate there at the last minute. Good breaking ball from Plumley. Count of 1-2. And that one just fouled off. Hatfield barely got a piece of it to stay alive. Again, 1 run in the first inning for Nitro, 4 in the second inning, 5 last inning to build this 10-0 lead. And again, they have 7 hits, but 8 errors committed by the Chapmanville defense. Has really helped in this situation for Nitro to build this lead. And Plumley, another great breaking ball, catches the inside corner and strikes out Hatfield. And you get to see it here on our instant replay. Again, Plumley just freezing him right at the knees, just perfect location. Now you get Luke Buckner coming to the plate. He's reached on an error twice and walked in his 3 plate appearances as the cleanup hitter. Again, Chapmanville will need a run at least in the bottom of the 5th inning to keep this game alive, or else the 10-run rule comes into effect, as this one popped up, but it's going to get out of play. As you hear the huge thud off the metal in the stands. That's why it's key for Plumlee to try and get out of this inning without another run crossing. Chapmanville had a opportunity in the bottom of the fourth inning. Got first two batters on with a pair of singles. And then a strikeout and a double play ended the threat for Chapmanville. That one misses low, and caught the home plate umpire on the ricochet. Trying to shake that off. It's Josh Rakes now coming out to talk with both officials. Saw Coach Rakes send Gunnar Lucas out to the mound while he has this conversation. And again, I'm not sure if Coach Rakes was checking on the home plate umpire or unhappy about something. But he heads back to the dugout nonetheless. It's count 3-1 here to Buckner. He's looking to reach base for the second time tonight. That'll miss high for ball 4. That'll be a one-out base runner for the Wildcats. Noah Ross will come back to the plate. He struck out and flew out to left center field his last time up. Again, Burford made a nice jump and play on the ball to prevent it from getting in the gap. And we'll see if Nitro elects to continue to try and be aggressive here. They have all night long on the base path. They will again, as this one hit high in the air, though, to center field. As Burford camps under it, and he'll make the grab for out number 2. So Ross, a one pitch out. We'll now bring up Brody Whitman. Whitman 0 for 2 tonight, grounded out and struck out in his 2 plate appearances. As Whitman puts this one in the air towards third base side. That one's going to get out of play, though. A couple of patrons over there. Thankfully, no one in the path of that ball as it came down. And Plumlee looking for a relatively quick inning for Chapmanville in the field here. And Nitro's batted around twice, but as we said, a lot of that aided by errors in the field from Chapmanville. Plumlee checks on the runner. Now the runner goes as Whitman chops it foul towards third base side. Now Plumlee gets ahead 0-2. As they need a few more baseballs, it looks like, behind home plate. Plumlee has one at the moment at least. Runner gets out to a lead. We'll see if he goes here on the 0-2. He'll hold. That one comes inside. Just missed Whitman. And Thor waiting on deck. He's had a couple of hits here tonight for Nitro. Runner goes. That one misses low, so no chance to get the runner on this one. So it'll put another runner in scoring position for Nitro. And Whitman looking for his first hit here tonight. Comes inside, swing and a miss. Or no, they say foul tipped. And Plumlee, his hands on his knees, looking at the home plate umpire as if to say that was not foul tipped. Let's see if we can take a look at it here on our instant replay, and I don't see a foul tip on that. That just looked like Lucas didn't quite glove it. again. Yeah, maybe they saw something we didn't there, but it looked like a clean strikeout. So that'll miss off the plate 2-2. Or actually now 3-2, excuse me. Plumlee looks at the runner at second. Comes with a fastball. This one chopped foul over towards first base side. So Whitman stays alive. Now going to get a few more baseballs from the Chapmanville dugout. And Nitro looking for a mercy rule insurance run here. Already leading at 10-0 here in the top of the 5th inning. Here comes 3-2, and that one's going to miss high. And Whitman able to get the walk after what looked like a strikeout a moment ago. That call goes against Chapmanville, and now Michael Thor will come in. And Thor has a single. He struck out and then reached on an error his last time up. See if they put the runners in motion here. Try and move them up a little bit more for Thor. There's a nice breaking ball. Swung on a miss, 0-1. Plumlee again checks on the runner out at second. Comes with a fastball. Good stop by Lucas on that one. Ball on the strike here against the first baseman of Nitro. He's made a couple nice picks over at first base today himself. Coming inside, check swing, went around, did Thor, and now Plumlee gets ahead 1-2. Once again, Chapmanville one strike away from keeping Nitro off the board here on the top of the 5th inning. Misses inside, runner goes, but Lucas issues no throw. Now the runner will move on to second as well. Now a base hit from Thor could swell this lead to a dozen perhaps. But again, Plumlee just one strike away from ending the inning. And there's another in-between swing by Thor as Plumlee's fooled him a couple of times here since he's come in. Thor just lucky to get a piece of that one. This one fouled off by Thor, so he stays alive once again. And he spoiled a couple of two-strike pitches from Plumlee. Here comes another 2-2. This one he rips out towards second, and it gets over the head of Easterling into right center field, and that will score 2 more. And the lead now at a dozen at 12-0 here in the top of the 5th inning. And that'll bring up Barrett Van Camp. Van Camp is 2 for 3 tonight. Pair of singles and a strikeout. Takes a fastball in the outside corner. 0-1. Again, Nitro has scored in 4 of the 5 innings here tonight. Right there, Plumlee fooled him on a inside fastball, just tailed in on him. Just to show how much the contrast is in Chapmanville in the field and Nitro in the field. That was the 40th pitch from Plumlee. Buckner has thrown just 45 pitches all evening long, and there's strike 3 swinging on Van Camp to end the top of the 5th. Now Chapmanville will need 3 runs to keep this game going as they trail at 12-0. going to the bottom of the fifth. We'll be back after this as you're watching Chapmanville Tiger Baseball here on Video Productions. Chapmanville needs 3 runs to keep their evening alive as they trail at 12-0 here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Chris Kidd with you. Robbie Mounts, our engineer. As Braylon Moore comes to the plate, he struck out in his first plate appearance back in the 2nd inning. And again, Luke Buckner has thrown a gem here tonight, just giving up 3 hits in just 6 pitches on the evening. It's just been an efficient evening of work for him. As this one skied in the air to right field by Moore. Ranging over, camping under it, and making the grab is Whitman for out number 1. It's a good charge put into that one by Moore. Just got under it a little bit. Now that'll bring up Ian Plumley as he'll be batting in place of Corey Johnson. Johnson grounded out to second in his only plate appearance tonight as Plumley took over on the mound in the 4th inning. And one missing inside from Buckner, 1-0. One had a nice little tail to it as it caught the outside corner. Buckner evens up the count at 1-1. Good eye from Plumley that time as the bottom dropped out of it, but he slayed off of it, 2-1. As Braxton Kirk waiting on deck, going to bat in place of Peyton Dingus. Swing and a miss as that time Plumley tardy on that pitch. Fastball from Buckner. Now the count at 2-2. That one will miss low and away. Now the count at 3-2. Just looking at the stat sheet, Buckner has not issued a walk yet here tonight. Plumley would like to be the first one to reach via that to at least give Chapmanville some hope here in the top of the 5th, or bottom of the 5th rather. And instead it'll be strike 3 swinging as coming right after him was Buckner. And he'll give himself another punch out. It's 5 strikeouts on the evening, and now Braxton Kirk could be the final man to come to the plate this evening for the Chapmanville Tigers. That's just inside, 1-0. Taking 54 pitches, just an incredible amount of work put in here tonight by Buckner. He has just been all over the strike zone from the first pitch of this game. Swing and a miss by Kirk, and Chapmanville now down to their last strike. Nitro looking for a resounding win here tonight at Ted Ellis Field. This one hit back up the middle, and appropriate that it be Buckner that fields it. He'll run it over himself, and that'll do it here tonight from Chapmanville, West Virginia, as Buckner throws a gem, gives up 3 hits, strikes out 5, walks none, and does it all in just 57 pitches as the Nitro Wildcats knock off the Chapmanville Tigers 12-0 here this evening. As Chapmanville still searching for answers in the field. Again, the 8 errors tonight, extremely costly in the early going, and just kind of continued on throughout the game and gave Nitro the 2 chances to bat around and extend this lead and be able to take control of it early and never look back as they win it by a dozen here tonight. So again, we want to thank all of our sponsors. I want to thank Butch Mounts, CEO and godfather of video productions, and Robbie Mounts, our engineer here this evening. I'm Chris Kidd saying so long tonight here from Chapmanville, West Virginia, as you've been watching Chapmanville Tiger baseball with us right here on Video Productions.